Hey guys, so my name is Michael, and today we are back with some more City Skylines, and I am still with my friend here, Sarge.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we're kind of just picking up where we left off. Um, we unlocked the milestone for 850 citizens, and the sound is loud again. It's like it kind of turns itself up. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to live with it, I guess. Or I can turn it down, I don't know. Um,
It's ghosts, I tell you.
I'm just turning down my headphones right now. So it doesn't change your guys' sound. I butchered that. But I can still hear you, Sarge, so that's the important part.
Alright, that's great.
Okay, so we have a lot of things to do now because we have unlocked some milestones now. So the first thing we need to do before we do anything else, some more power. I'm kind of considering, what do you think? It's time for you to make a decision here. Should we make a coal power plant? We can always remove it when we unlock more, and what do you call it? More friendly power plants.
Yeah, environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's build a coal power plant.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, I say let's build all the coal power plants in the world.
Yeah. There we go. That costs a lot of money, but it's hopefully gonna keep the power on for some time now. So the thing is, we now have policies, we have taxes as well, and we can turn up our taxes to about 11% without people complaining about it. So let's do just that, because that will give us a more income. And if people complain, then of course we will turn it down. But we should see that this one getting bigger now. Although I don't really see too much of a change.
It's going up slightly, but
Yeah. Well, it's better than nothing. So we unlocked some different things now. We now have fire department, very expensive, and we have police department. We might want to take a loan. I don't know. But what we do want to do is to make some districts. And I really love this concept of the game, that you can make districts. That's something I always wanted in a city building game. So let's see. Let's do it like this. So this here is the suburban district. Kent Park. Well, we'll find some better names later. But this district, just like this entire area, is also it's only temporary until I have a stable economy, so I can make it even more beautiful, I guess. And we'll have another district right here.
I wonder what it's gonna be called by the game. That is.
Olive Hills. Okay, let's see. Kent Park. Policies. Power usage. What's that? So we don't really have a lot of sorry, policies yet. But hopefully we will get that at some point. But what we do want to do over here is to turn on smoke detector distribution, because as you guys know, factories can get a lot of fires, and that's not a very good thing. And we still don't have enough money for any of this shit, so we might have to take a loan. But thankfully taking a loan is not that expensive. Let's see here. If we take a loan of 20,000, we only have to pay 400 a week. And if we take an even bigger loan, we have to pay even less a week. So
Yeah, but don't forget that the bigger loan is for more, like the duration is longer.
yeah, 260 weeks, and our inflow is kind of going down, but that's mainly because there's a lot of demand here. So let's change that. And I am aware that this isn't the most beautiful city. Don't worry. I am completely aware of that. And I will find a solution at some point. There we go. Don't forget to intertwine there. Actually, we might not want to make these overlaps everywhere because it can slow down traffic. But as it is right now, it doesn't seem to slow it down too much.
Yeah, when it gets busier, you can always do it every other street, you know.
Yeah. But it's been a long time since I played this game, so it might be a little bit too advanced for me yet. But I'm only gonna get better. There's only one way to go, and that's the way to get better.
It's true.
Let's see here. Some more commercial, or commerce, we just call it for short.
Olive Hills. Gee, I wonder what all these factories are producing.
Yeah, I wonder. I think they're producing apples.
I think so too, man.
Yeah. Okay. And let's not forget to extend these districts. They're not of much use yet, but they will be in the future when we have more policies. I don't know. I don't like this. That our money is going down. I really don't like that.
Is it maybe just because of those smoke detectors?
It might be actually, if we turn those off. But it's kind of important, you know, safety first. Let's see if it changes when we turn it off. Okay, now it's rising. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to, we're just gonna have to place a fire department.
Yeah, I mean, safety is important, but like, if it's just gonna cause that you're going to get that fire department slower, then is it really safer?
But I think we might want to take a loan, because that will allow us to build a lot of things that can give us even more income, and then we won't feel these 200 credits at all, kind of. But I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I guess taking that loan, the middle one, is probably oh, nice.
Let's see here. We'll discuss it further in a little moment. Let's just see landscaping. I don't know how much we will use landscaping yet, but as soon as we're getting to the coast, we might need it. Event policies, very good. Parks and plazas, those are very important actually, way more important than you would think. Level 2, unique buildings, football. Not really a fan of football, but okay, so we have all these policies here. What is this? Match security. Hire security staff to patrol around the stadium. Oh, it's just stadium. Okay. Yeah, I have pretty much... There is not a single DLC for this game I don't have. I have the stadium DLC, even though I don't think I need it, but I was like, what the fuck? It's like $10, whatever. And it's just nice to kind of have it as a trophy, I guess. So we have keys and flood walls, parks, all that shit. This is very cool. Freshwater outlet? What does this do? Thus out any excess water in the system. It can be placed on dry land, allowing the creation of lakes and ponds. I've never seen that before.
Oh, maybe it's new. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if they add buildings when they do updates, but it is cool. Alright, let's take this loan here before I decide not to. And let's just place down the necessary parts here. Fire department. Why does rotating it suddenly make this road up here green? Like, if it plays like this, then, well, I don't know. Oh,
It's weird.
maybe it's because the what do you call it? The fire trucks, they drive out like they drive out here, and then they have to drive down here and over this way. But like that's a difference of like 50 meters.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
But yeah,
you would expect it to be the other way around, but
yeah, let's place it the other way around. Cup station, let's place that.
Or maybe one of the roads isn't configured correctly. Like maybe it's a two-way or a one-way in the wrong direction. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so this makes sense. Placing it here, they will need to go here all the way around. So placing it here is probably the best thing to do. There we go. That made people happy as well. And look at our income. Even though we have a loan, we still get 1,500.
That's pretty nice.
And that's good. And people are happy, and that raises our income as well. When commerces pretty much if a building is very heavy, they upgrade to different levels. Like this building right here is level 1 now, I think. And when a building has leveled up, it can take more workers and higher educated people. And speaking of education, we need this one as well. I don't know where we can place this, to be honest. I don't know. Let's maybe extend.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe extend the neighborhood and just place it somewhere in the middle.
Let's actually have a road go out like this and place it here. Oh, that's very cool. Right in the middle. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let's place some trees here. Just make it a little bit wonderful, beautiful. I don't know. I like this music, man. You're gonna hear it when you watch the finished video.
All right.
It's kind of this choir, woman choir. I don't know. Yeah, it's choir. I love choir, so that's very cool. Okay, so why don't we make like a walkway? Let's make it out of dirt to make it a little bit more natural, like this, so that people can walk here, so they don't have to walk all the way over here and then this way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like say someone lives here and they're gonna visit this guy, they're not clever enough to just kind of walk over the hedge here. No, they have to walk all the way over here and this way. So this makes it more efficient. See, there's already some people using it. So let's do it like this. Please keep if you could keep me sorry if you could help me keep an eye out on what do you call it, demand, that would be cool, because I'm not always paying attention. Although right now I can see there's a high demand on residential.
Yeah.
But if you see that there's a high demand or something and I haven't done anything about it yet, just let me know and I will fix that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's see. We will place a road down this way here. Like this. Okay. We need to be a little quick here. Well, I paused the game because if you were going to reorganize things like power or water, always pause the game, because otherwise you're gonna get a lot of trouble. There we go. Place some residential along here and here. I think that's enough. There we go. Olive Hills. I can't have this called Olive Hills. It sounds too, I don't know, it sounds too lush for a place like this.
Yeah.
Let's call it, I don't know. Why not? It was the name that popped into my mind. I don't know why. Kent Park is fine, although it's not a park, but still. Oh, we need parks. It's very important that we have parks, because that makes people happy. And this park here fits perfectly. So let's have this park here and a playground too. Let's just have a playground here. That makes people very happy. Let's play some more residential here. There's a lot to keep up on here.
Yeah, yeah.
But as you can see, this isn't really organized. It's all these small roads here. There's no main road, there's no avenues or anything, boulevards, anything like that. Not yet though.
Yeah, but to be honest, your city is not really that big enough to have those big roads.
But my idea would be, the first land that we purchase is land here, and we can build a little village over here. So the idea is that we pause the game, make this entire village over here, and when that is finished, we delete all of this shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna fuck up everything that we worked on so far, and we're gonna have to start a new game. I don't know. It might build fast enough so that we get a good economy again very soon. I don't know. It's all. It might as well be my motto that it's trial and error, because it is. Okay. We need some more commerce. Let's place some commerce here. Oh yeah, and water, of course. That would be a good idea. But you played some SimCity, right?
Yeah.
When you start a new game, what is your approach to get as much money as possible in the beginning?
Well, from what I remember, is what I usually have is try to build as much like as much residential and industrial areas, and then I do have some commercial areas, but not nearly as much as industrial areas. But one thing with SimCity was that if you played, I usually played it like online, in the sense that I always had other people in the cities around me. It were never just me in the area. And one of the things that you could do is like pay your neighbor, or you could have your neighbors pay you if you would take their garbage and stuff. So I would always tell my assign my, like some one or two of my garbage trucks to like outgoing traffic, meaning that they would go to my neighbors to pick up trash, and then I would get paid for picking up their trash. And the same thing you could do with emergency services. You could assign a few, like one fire truck and a few police cars to outgoing traffic, and they would go to the neighboring towns to help the emergency services there, and then you would get paid for those services. But it was never enough that you could say that it would earn you a lot of money. But it was always one of the things that I made sure that I did as fast, because every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So but let me see, there was something else I used to do, but I can't really remember. Like the last time I played SimCity has to be at least, let's see, 3 years ago at least. So
yeah, that's a long
it's been
time.
a while. Yeah.
Okay, let's play some shit along here, just so we can get some power over here. You might notice that I placed a main road here, or an avenue, or whatever you can call it, because I want this road here to lead out to where I want to build the village, once we are going to do that. So it's a good idea to plan ahead. But that's one of the things I've never really been that good at, and the reason why I always kind of fuck up in my cities. I rarely plan that far ahead.
Well, that was one of the things that I usually used to do when I started building a new city in SimCity. I was always like, I used to design the first part of the city, like basically the area that we have now. I would always try to imagine, all right, I want to have the roads like this, and then I would lay out the roads first, like you did, and then basically what I use, because in SimCity you had those traffic issues that if you didn't plan your city right, you would have a lot of traffic jams, and then it would basically screw you over. Like I would usually have a certain pattern, and then I would have like residential areas on, let's say, on the left side, and then basically the way you have done it now, like residential on one side, commercial in between, and then industrial on the right side, just to make sure that if let's say people want to go from their work to commercial area. Yeah. Well, it was basically because there was a certain pattern in that game. I remember that people would go to commercial areas like at certain times during the day. It was always the best way to make a certain layout, to make sure that people wouldn't go like from the left side to the map to the right side and back over again, and then having to go back all the way to the right side just because your commercial happens to be over there. No, they would always go in a certain pattern, from what I remember. So I might not be entirely correct there, but I mean, that was one of the things that I know I had to keep in mind all the time, because it was really hard to manage the traffic in SimCity.
Yeah. you might not know this because it's kind of weird, but this right here, schools out, it's actually a lot more important than you will think, because industrial zones, they only employ uneducated people or lowly educated people. So if you have too many people that are highly educated, you might end up having trouble with getting employees on your industrial. I have that problem before. I've actually had to kind of abandon an entire city because of that problem. You always want at least one district where people are not going to school, so that you can have people working at your industry. Because this game is dynamic in the way that if you don't have people working in your industry, you will not have goods in your stores. And if you do not have goods in your stores, people can't really buy food or anything. And that's very important.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking, this here is a place for work only. I don't really think people should be allowed to smoke. I don't know. At least not inside the buildings. But having a smoking ban could at least, I don't know, decrease the chances of a fire. I don't know.
Yeah, true. And maybe a pet ban as well. I don't know if that would cost you money, because to be honest, pets really have no business in an industrial area, you know.
Yeah, but I think pet ban means that you can have pets in your houses, and there aren't any houses in this area, thankfully.
Yeah, that's true. Well, like that's what I said. You know, I've never played this game, so I have no clue what half of these policies do. But
okay, there's some lagging right there. Okay, next milestone is at 2400. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we get there? We get another area. Well, there's quite a way there still, but taxis, tram, bus, very, very important with public transport. Ore industry, recycling, recreational use, extra in it. This game, as you can probably guess, this game is gonna get very difficult when you unlock your milestones, because there's a lot of different places and things you have to keep track of. You have to make sure you have enough police stations, enough fire stations, enough clinics, all that shit.
Yeah.